Welcome to Baldy's Thoughts. If you're passionate about biblical history, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you never miss an update. In the annals of history, there lies an astonishing narrative, one that is often dismissed as mere legend. Yet, hidden within the depths of the book of Genesis, we unearth a tale that marks not only the earliest account of warfare in the Bible but a defining moment in the ancient world, a true World War I of the second millennium BCE. Setting the stage. The backdrop to this epic unfolds in the Jordan Valley, a region under the dominion of Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam. Under his reign, 5 diminutive city-states, Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboim, and Zoar, existed as vassal territories, paying tribute to the Elamite monarch. Of particular interest is Lot, the nephew of Abram, later known as Abraham, who had recently settled in the land of Sodom. In the 13th year of their oppression, the 5 valley kings summoned the courage to rebel against their Elamite oppressor. In response, Chedorlaomer formed a formidable coalition with 3 other regional powers, embarking on a relentless march to quash the insurrection. The dramatis personae. Genesis 14 chronicles the names of the key players in this historical showdown. On one side stood the aggressors, led by Chedorlaomer, including Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, and Tidal, known as the king of Goyim. The Jordan Valley Alliance, on the other hand, comprised Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and an unnamed king of Bela, or Zoar. While precise dating and the identities of these ancient monarchs remain subjects of historical debate, their names and nationalities align with known polities of that era. This period is firmly anchored in the early 2nd millennium BCE, around the 19th century, according to biblical chronology. The enigmatic juggernaut. Chedorlaomer's Elamite Empire, located in what is now southwest Iran, held substantial historical significance during this epoch. The name Chedorlaomer itself finds a counterpart in the Elamite name Chedorlaomer. Shinar, a biblical reference, corresponds to Sumer, pronounced Shumer, the heartland of the Sumerians and one of the earliest known civilizations, a fact affirmed in Genesis 11:1-2. Sumer included the illustrious city of Babylon, which eventually evolved into the Babylonian Empire. Amraphel, leader of the Sumerians, bears a notably Semitic name. Elasar likely corresponds to the Mesopotamian kingdom of Larsa, a rising power during this period. Arioch, the king of Elasar, was a common name in northern Mesopotamia and may be positively identified as Rim Sinai, the final king of Larsa. Tidal, king of Goyim, while ambiguous in terms of polity, finds a parallel in the Hittite name Tudhalia. The Hittite Empire, centered in modern-day Turkey, comprised numerous tribes and peoples, justifying the epithet king of nations or king of peoples. The mysteries of the valley. The Jordan Valley city-states, though absent from historical or archaeological records, represented small city-states besieged by the larger empires converging upon them. Sodom, archaeologically identified as Tal el-Hammam, and Gomorrah, believed to be among the unexcavated settlements near Sodom, stand as the most prominent among them. Admah, though shrouded in uncertainty, appears to find mention in the Ebla tablets, dating a few centuries before this epoch. Zeboim remains an enigma, and Bela Zoar has been identified as the archaeological site Zora in southern Jordan. However, Genesis 14 unveils a broader conflict, encompassing not only the 5 Jordan Valley city-states but also a multitude of tribes, including the Rephaim, Zuzim, Emim, Horites, Amalekites, and Western Amorites. King Chedorlaomer and his allies orchestrated a sweeping campaign, attacking various peoples in specific cities and decimating entire regions, such as the Horites and the Amalekites. The culmination of this relentless offensive took place in the Vale of Siddim, better known today as the Salt Sea. Unsurprisingly, the 5 valley kings succumbed to their aggressors, with the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fleeing and becoming mired in slime pits. Others sought refuge in the mountains. Chedorlaomer emerged victorious, looting Sodom and Gomorrah and departing with a trove of goods and captives. Abraham's heroic intervention. Lot, Abram's nephew, counted among Chedorlaomer's captives, precipitating Abram's immediate response. Dwelling near the terebinths of Mamre the Amorite, Abram mobilized 318 of his trained servants to embark on a daring rescue mission. Pursuing Chedorlaomer's forces to Dan, an anachronistic term referring to the furthest northern point of ancient Israel, Abram launched a series of nighttime guerrilla attacks. At Dan, Abram divided his forces into smaller squads, ambushing Chedorlaomer's troops. Abram's tactical brilliance culminated in the complete defeat of King Kedorlaomer and his allies, as Genesis 14:17 attests. The captives were liberated, and the plundered riches returned. A triumphant Abram returned home to a hero's welcome, receiving gratitude from the king of Sodom and the enigmatic Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of God the Most High. Unveiling the historical tapestry. Intriguingly, the events chronicled in Genesis 14 intersect seamlessly with what historians term the Elamite conquest period, which unfolded around 2000 BCE. Conventional chronology places the rise of Elam as a regional superpower at this juncture, extending its influence far and wide. Elam's sway reached from the Caspian Sea to the Persian Gulf, eastward to the Kavir and Lut deserts, and westward into Mesopotamia and Syria. This expansive reach is corroborated by artifacts discovered at Susa, the capital of Elam, originating from India and various regions in Mesopotamia and the Levant. Could these artifacts have been tribute from the vassal Jordan Valley kings? Furthermore, King Kedorlaomer, known as Kudur-la-Gomer, aligns with the names of Elamite monarchs bearing the Kudur prefix during the Grand Sukkalm period. The other three kingdoms mentioned in Genesis 14 coexisted during this era of shifting alliances, characteristic of the early 2nd millennium BCE. The Elamite dominance led to the emergence of the Ishin-Larsa kingdom, a brief but notable chapter in history. This small kingdom, originally founded in Ishin but later transplanted to Larsa, mirrors the Elamite Sukkalm period. Larsa's existence spanned the 19th century BCE, consistent with the biblical chronology. Notably, the final ruler of Larsa, Rim-Sin-I, is associated with Arioch of Elasar. The enigmatic title, King of Goyim, whose identity remains ambiguous in the Hebrew as nations or peoples, finds an apt parallel in the Hittite name Tudhalia. Historical records place Tudhalia I around 1400 BCE, nearly 500 years after the Genesis 14 events. However, an enigmatic proto-Tudhalia emerges between the 19th and 17th centuries BCE, aligning with the original title, King of Nations. The collapse of empires. The historical narrative unravels further as we delve into the annals of the 19th to 18th centuries BCE, during which the Middle East experienced a seismic shift. Elam was overthrown, Larsa conquered, and Anatolia embroiled in internal strife. This tumultuous period is marked by inscriptions such as the 18th century BCE Mari letters, reflecting confrontations, vendettas, and blood feuds. Hammurabi, the regional Amorite king of Babylon, provides a pivotal link to the events of Genesis 14. Initially a minor ruler, Hammurabi maintained alliances with Elam and Larsa during his reign. However, a dramatic transformation in his fortunes transpired later in his rule. Historical accounts corroborate Hammurabi's ascendancy to prominence, marking a shift in regional power dynamics. Unraveling the Genesis 14 enigma. In conclusion, the biblical account in Genesis 14, often dismissed as mere folklore, aligns remarkably with the historical tapestry of the 2nd millennium BCE, the Elamite conquest period, the rise and fall of Elam, the emergence of the Ishin-Larsa kingdom, and the geopolitical complexities of the era all interweave with the narrative presented in Genesis 14. The Genesis 14 narrative serves as an archaic memory, preserving a pivotal chapter in the history of the ancient world. While questions linger and historical debates continue, the Genesis 14 account invites us to reconsider its authenticity and recognize it as a window into the tumultuous past of the 2nd millennium BCE. Thanks for watching this video on Baldy's thoughts. If you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you want to learn more, check out our other videos right here. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. That way, you'll always be the first to know when we release new content. Thanks for being a part of our thought community. Until next time, happy hunting.